Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Makzwell. I'm going to be showing you some more off-spawn smokes, this time on Vertigo. As NartOutHere has showed before, OC has these from spawn ramp lineups. But, in fact, the meta is changing from smoking this off-spawn most of the time to the CT's cycling smokes that land more so here to give more of a one-way, and it's way easier to hold this small area versus this big area, and you can use this small area to also keep control of this instead of vice versa, having to worry about all this while also having to worry about this. It's just easier that way.
I want to add a little bit more on the purpose of the yellow smoke versus the ramp smoke. There are a couple of reasons why you want to throw this smoke. First off, it's going to negate the T's one way. This one way here is commonly thrown by the T's where they go into yellow and they can see over the smoke, and it's super hard to spot the T's behind it. So one way to counter this one way smoke thrown by the T's is to throw the yellow smoke. And it's going to land all the way bottom of yellow, which blocks off any T's trying to use this one way. We see here that Art throws the one way smoke and then attempts to go to yellow, however it's smoked off by G2, so he can't take advantage of it. By throwing the yellow smoke, it's going to delay the T's ramp control if they're not taking it fast, because the T's have to worry about the top yellow peak as well as the one way smoke that the bottom yellow smoke can provide for the CTs. The biggest downside of the yellow smoke is that if the T's have an op, then they have free roam to peak top ramp. If you know the T's don't have an op, then throw the yellow smoke and have your op or peak ramp to take the duels. Another strength of the yellow smoke is that it blocks off the view from the T's to spot yellow, so you can run down yellow without being spotted by the T's bottom ramp, which Furia don't throw the smoke here, and Monzy is able to spot him and kill him in this round. Had the yellow smoke was thrown, Art doesn't get spotted. There are so many ways to throw the yellow smoke, and some of them take longer to set up to throw. Makzwell is going to show you the fastest yellow smokes from the spawn points. I want to give credit to xenn from Alternate Attex for showing me these smokes.
So there are 5 spawns on this map, so it's nothing crazy. It's not. Plus, there is a lineup where you could off spawn, just kind of run here, hug this wall, and then put your butt right up against the edge of it, kind of like so. And you go out to the sky and then a little bit down. And well, that's pretty fast. You can get pretty fast at that. Every second matters in Counter-Strike. And so there are ways to throw that where you only have to click your mouse once after you get in the spot, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm using Refrag to practice these nades. You can use the practice plugin. You could go in an offline server. And yeah, so I'll explain to you how I line these up, and you could find your own. And to start, spawn 2, which is the rightmost spawn, but for some reason, Refrag and practice modes consider it spawn 2 for whatever reason. I know that I'm in spawn 2 when I can see to the left of the A, versus spawn 1, where you can just barely see the A. So that's how I differentiate them. And then how I line this up is I come to the right of the A, I go up in between these 2 beams, and then I go to where these light and dark beams meet, and I go to the bottom of this little, like the rim of the beam. You want to go to the bottom of that. And without moving your mouse, you're going to put your crosshairs so that you want to make sure your character's model is touching the wall behind you, and then as soon as your crosshair is to the left of this window, you just throw. And what that looks like really fast is like this. And it's essentially instant. And there are lineups for that from all 5 spawns that I'm going to show you. Spawn 1, technically, which is technically the second spawn in order from right to left. And the way I do that, remember, you can only see the A. I go up from the A, and I find where I find the T of this vertical beam and this horizontal in the inside left corner. I aim there without moving my mouse again. Same routine. And that way when I throw these smokes, I don't have to worry about if I line it up correctly. I already know they're hitting. It's all about just how fast I can get into each spot, whether my teammates are blocking me or not. And again here, this is spawn number 3. You kind of have to feel these 3 out. It's almost just like how close you are to this stack of drywall. But yeah, I go up from this little, I don't know what this is. It's like a drywall plaster thingy. And you want to go to the bottom of where it meets this beam. So here, without moving your mouse once again. It's kind of hard when I have the refrag thingy, but you have to trust me, 8's usually a little bit faster. And then next, these are all relatively easy compared to the Mirage Top Con ones, which here and there was a hard one. I'd say the hardest one is the second spawn. And so this fourth one may be the hardest if you can't really see that well. I'll zoom in to show you what I mean. So there's kind of these stains here, yellow stain, followed by like a white rectangle here. Then another yellow stain and another white rectangle. I'm gonna go to this big, thick white rectangle in between the two stain stripe thingies. And you want to aim not quite the top, because I'm not sure how it will look in the recording, but you kind of want to aim at like this white part of the stain. And it is noticeably lighter when you're not recording. So you kind of have to practice this, but I just aim in the middle of the rectangle at that height without moving my mouse or to the spot, and then throw. Like I said, everybody has to have their own memorization with these lineups, but this is just the positions. I'm just showing you how I line them up, and you can do with that what you will. And I think this is actually the easiest. This is spawn number 5, closest to this middle pole. So you want to go from this height right here to the right side of this pole. You actually want to cheat a bit higher on this lineup, so like maybe a couple pixels higher, but it really doesn't matter. If you do the same thing again, that'll land for you. That's all 5 Vertigo tarp smokes. And yeah, if you want an actual lineup, a set lineup, go to the 0. So I've always thrown it. The 0 and the 60 on the wall. Then go from this line to the height of just below this. So about like here. And that'll always hit for you. But obviously, it's all about speed. And there's really not that much of a difference between that long lineup and just coming here and on the fly throwing it when it lands just as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.
Let's say you don't want to learn these instant smokes. Well, you can go to my second channel, NartOutHere, and search yellow smokes, which then I will show you many different ways to throw these yellow smokes from my channel here. Huge shout out to Makzwell for making this video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment. Till next time, NartOutHere, peace.